Hey guys, my name is Ozi and Inkscape 1.2 has arrived. It got a bunch of amazing features, and in this video I'm gonna show you guys my top 3. If you want to know more about the update, be sure to check the link down below. And also congrats for Chris Hildenbrand for winning the bot screen contest. And massive thank you for the Inkscape team for the amazing update as well. So yeah my friends, let's get into it. The first one is the multiple pages tool in Inkscape 1.2 by introducing the page tool. You can get the page tool by the toolbar over here on the left side. If you just scroll down, you'll see we have the icon, or just make it the icon, the toolbar wider, and we have our page tool icon. So what you can do with it is a lot. You can just add or just delete a selected page by pressing these two icons over here, or just right clicking it, new page or delete page. And also you can just press delete on the keyboard to delete that. And also you can change any size of this page over here. If I just want a US envelope, it's gonna change the size of that, and that's really cool. So let's add in more new page and just create a content inside of each of the pages. So we have our object over here, and what we can do right now is that if I just select each one of these, you'll notice that we have this new icon over here, 1x3, 2x3, 3x3, and the informations that contains that every pages that we have created, it's got its own number. So this is the third one, the second one, and the first one, and we can change the order of that. So if I just want to change the third one become the second one, I'm just gonna descend it like by pressing this icon. And if I want to switch up the second one become the third one, become the original place, I can just select this one. So it's for changing the order of the pages, and that's really cool. And if we move along with it, you'll see that we have the page label. And what's it gonna do? And that's what gonna do is that it's gonna change the label or the name of the page. So here's the first one. And even awesome is that we can move each of the pages that we have just created. So if I just wanted to move these pages, the third one, I'm just gonna move it like that. I'm just gonna move this one over here, and the content inside it can move along with it. So I can just move it freely. The content just gonna do the way it is, which is stay on the pages. And if you don't want to do that, you can do that as well by deactivating this move overlapping object as the page is moved. So if I just deselect that, and if I just move this third page, the content inside it, the objects is just doesn't move with it. The same thing with the second one, as you see. So if I just wanted to, make the content move along with the pages, I can just activate that by clicking this icon. And every object that have a contact with the page, as you see, these three circles, it's gonna move along with it. So that's really cool. And also we have our icon over here, fit the page the current selections, or the drawing if there is no selections. Control-Shift+R to activate that. So what's that's gonna do is that it's gonna resize any of the pages into the content that we have. So let me show you that. So if we have our content over here, just these two circles, Control-Shift+R is gonna change the size into the boundary of that objects. You see these two circles, and if I just select one of them, Control-Shift+R is gonna change the page into the selections that we have on our object. So if I just select both of them, Control-Shift+R, it's gonna do that as well. So the same thing with this third page. Select this one, Control-Shift+R. It's gonna change the size into the object that we have just selected. So Inkscape got a new Gradient Dialog feature, and it's super awesome. So let's just select this object over here and just open up the Gradient Dialog. Now as you see, we have this like a traditional dialog ribbon as you see on other software like Adobe Illustrator. Usually if you press G, you have this gradient guideline that you usually do, which is the on canvas editing. But now you have the within the dialog editing in Inkscape. So there's a bunch of things that you can do. You can edit your own color by selecting one of the stop or the tag, and maybe change the color. You can also add in a new stop by double clicking on the ribbon, as you see, as I do, and you can just add a new gradient, insert a new stop, just by selecting the plus icon, or you can just delete one of them, which is handy as well. And it's super handy to have a dialog like this. You know, you can also just selecting the stop and just drag it around however you like to change the offsets, or you can just type in the numerical value over here, 0.6 maybe, and that's super awesome if you want more precisely. And yeah, it's super cool. And what's awesome is that right now you can make a reversal of your gradient by pressing this icon over here. As you see, it's gonna be reversed. And you can also make a repeatance of your gradients. So as you see, we have non-feature, non-mode. You can add a direct mode, and it's gonna make a directions, make a repeating directions out of your gradients. As you see, it's look like a broken CRT right now, which is super awesome. You can also make it reflected. It's, you know, oh, I think it's more like it like a broken CRT TV. Yeah, it's awesome. You can also change your gradient library over here, as you see, and it's super awesome. And yeah, I think it's super handy to have a gradient dialog. There's nothing wrong with the on-canvas dialog, the on-canvas gradient feature in Inkscape, but it's just, you know, way convenient to have this gradient dialog in Inkscape. So the new snapping feature in Inkscape got an update. Usually you just got a bunch of icons of snapping to do your desire on snapping, but this time you just got this turn on and on off of the snapping. But if I just select this one, you'll see that we have these three features over here. So let's enable snapping with the bounding boxes, the nodes, and the alignments. The bounding boxes and the nodes are the traditional one. The alignment is the new features. So right now in Inkscape, snapping got two modes, the simple mode and the advanced modes. At this time on the screen, you'll see this is a simple mode, and if I click on the advanced mode, it's gonna show you guys the icons of the snapping that you want to, you want to snap around. So it's all just your traditional one, and we have this alignment, nodes in the same path as well as the same distances. Let me show you guys the first one, which is the nodes in the same path. So let's take this crown over here, and if I just use my nodes tool, you'll see it's got a bunch of icons. And if I just move it around over here, you'll notice that I have a temporary guideline, which is the color blue, to show that it has a same path as the other nodes. And if I just move it around over here, it's gonna snap around. And if I just add a new nodes and just make it, you see, we have this vertical one and the horizontal one. So that's really cool. You see, that's the same distance, and yep, super cool. And this is super awesome, and which is really helpful if you want to have an organic shape or just, a shape that uses a lot of nodes. So the second one is the same distance snapping. It is basically like a pixel snapping in Adobe Illustrator. If we just duplicate this object over here, and I'm just gonna move it like this. And you see that I have this horizontal line to show that from these three objects, it's all on the same distance. And it's super awesome. If I just move this again, you'll see that we have the same distances across the rectangle, and it's super awesome to see we have this pixel snapping feature in Inkscape. So that's my favorite features in this update, and there's a lot of more amazing feature out there like layer and object dialog merge, the new tiling pad effects, and the customization options, which is really awesome. And yeah, once again, thank you so much for the Inkscape team for the amazing update. And my friend, thank you for your time.